Well, thank you, Madam Chair, for holding this important hearing today, and thank you, Ranking Member Tanador, as well. The Small Business Administration was created in 1953 by President Eisenhower with the mission to aid, counsel, assist, and protect the interests of small business concerns, preserve free competitive enterprise, and maintain and strengthen the overall economy of our nation. However, the Biden-Harris administration is not satisfied with using this agency for its statutory purpose. Instead, through a series of executive overreach, they have attempted to turn the SBA into an adjunct campaign headquarters. We have a chart here I want to show you. This chart shows a timeline of how the Biden-Harris administration has illegally used the SBA to register voters in the key swing state of Michigan. In March of 2021, President Biden signed the Executive Order 140-19, the Executive Order on Promoting Access to Voting. This EO directed the federal government to use all of its resources to work to register Democrat voters. In December of 21, the SBA reached out to the Michigan Department of State to enter into negotiations to work together on voter registration. In April of 22, the SBA hired Jennifer Kim, a career progressive Democrat campaign hand, as Associate Administrator for Outreach. Finally, in March of 24, the SBA and Michigan Secretary of State announced their Memorandum of Understanding on voter registration. To be quite frank, I am disgusted by the fact that this SBA has used our taxpayer dollars to become an adjunct arm of the Democrat National Committee. It is abhorrent behavior that not only runs contrary to the mission of the SBA, but is an illegal misuse of taxpayer money and a direct slap in the face to the hardworking small business owners across this great nation, including the 4th Congressional District of the great state of Missouri. The SBA needs to return to its core mission of being the voice of small business. Main Street is desperate for a champion, Ms. Kim, not for the SBA to become the DNC. Our next chart, please. Associate Administrator Kim, this graphic shows where you were working during every presidential election since you joined the workforce. In 2008, you were the organizing director at Fair Share, Inc., a left-wing nonprofit that works to elect Democrats in Ohio. In 2012, you were the Colorado State Director at the Community Voters Project, a Democrat voter registration nonprofit in Colorado. In 2016, you were the pod lead Deputy Training Director at the Hillary for America in Florida. In 2020, you were Deputy National Organizing Director at Biden for President. Ms. Kim, you are now Associate Administrator for the Small Business Administration. It's certainly interesting that this will be the first time in your adult life that you will ostensibly not be working to elect a Democrat nominee in a swing state. Associate Administrator Kim, can you please share with the committee how 15 years of campaigning to elect Democrats gives you the experience necessary to be an associate administrator at the SBA? How did you get this job? Have you ever owned a small business in your life?
Well, appreciate the opportunity to share my background, Congressman, and if you had asked, I would have sent you a better picture, but I actually have spent most of my career working on nonpartisan campaigns.
But you've never owned a small business.
I've worked in a small business. I've never owned a small business.
I don't think you're qualified to have this job. Looking at your career timeline and trajectory, it's clear that your entire life is dedicated to furthering the mission of the Democrat Party. How could anyone possibly believe that you are faithfully carrying out the mission of the SBA?
My job is to oversee the field offices, so I have over 18 years of experience running field offices, the majority of which are actually running nonpartisan campaigns.
Under oath, Ms. Kim, can you honestly attest that you are not using your role at the SBA to engage in electioneering or to register voters for the Democrat Party?
I am definitely not using my position for electioneering. That would be inaccurate, sir.
Well, I would say this. This is disgusting to the American people. We have caught you guys red-handed. I don't think you're qualified to be dog catcher. I was happy to submit an amendment to the Financial Services and General Governance Appropriation Bill to change your salary to $1 under the Holman Rule. Associate Administrator Kim, I am disappointed I'm disappointed in the SBA. Let's get back to Main Street America, and thank you. I yield back.